Hello everyone, welcome to another investment appraisal video. In this one I'm going to be looking at net present value. In order to calculate the net present value, you need to have the net cash flow for any investment. So if you don't know how to calculate the net cash flow for an investment, I suggest you go back and look at my other video and recap on how that's done. So you need to be able to calculate those statistics. So what net present value is it's basically taking into account the fact that the cash flows are worth less in the future and considering what the real returns on a project is. So the net present value, it's based on the opportunity cost of putting money in the bank. So if I put £100 in the bank at a rate of 10%, the return on that would be £10. So after a year, I would have £110. So in £100 today is worth essentially £110 tomorrow, which means the value of that money today has actually or the value of the money in the future has actually reduced. And we need to consider that in terms of any investment. And the way that we do that is we calculate a discount rate, which is taking into account how much that money is worth in the future, and apply that to our cash flows to get the net present value, which is the real terms of the return on the project, taking into account the opportunity cost of putting money in the bank. So money in the future is considered of less value than money today. I often ask my students, would you rather have £100 today or £110 tomorrow? Most of them will say £100 now. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. Money in the present is generally worth more than money in the future. Anyway, so let's look at how the net present value is calculated. So, in order to calculate the net present value, you need to multiply the net cash flow by the discount rate for that year. So we need to calculate the discount rate. Now, in your exam, you won't actually have to do this. Fortunately, although I'm filming this in May 2018. At the present, I don't think there's been a net present value question on the exam, but the Edexcel Getting Started Guide says that the relevant discount rates should be provided. So if this is very complicated for you to calculate the discount rate, don't worry about it, but I am going to look at a little bit at where those numbers come from today. After that, you add up the discounted cash flows to get your net present value. So let's look at where the discount rate comes from. So basically, as money loses its value over time, we have to consider the interest rate, and that because ultimately that's what's kind of defining it. So if if you put in £100 into an investment, you have to consider that over time the value of that money, it needs to be at a rate of 6%. You would need that in order for it to retain its value. You would need a return of £106. So the rates of we're considering that the value of money is falling at a rate of 6% per year. So after looking at this, after year 0, no time has passed. So, and if no time has passed, money has not lost any value, as it were. So our discount rate will be 1, because money retains its value to the same rate. So we're going to do this with the value of 1 initially. So 1 times 1 gives us 1. Very nice. We have a discount value of 1. For the second year, after 1 year, money has lost its value at a rate of 6%. So we need to multiply out our our value, so the one after this year, by 0.94. And that's because money only keeps 94% of its value because it's lost 6% of its value. So 1 times 0.94 is 0.94. Yeah. Yeah. Going on to year 2, we take this 0.94 from the previous year, and we're going to multiply it by our continued discount rate of 0.94 because we're losing 6% of our value each year. So 0.94 times 0.94 would give us 0.89, and we would take this down here. So 0.89 times 0.94 would give us a value of 0.84. Subject to rounding, actually, to these figures from the Edexcel textbook, which have been simplified. Okay, so we need to apply these discount factors to our net present value over here. So the discount factors, so for year 0, our discount factor is 1. For year 1, 0.94. For year 2, it's 0.89, and for year 3 it's 0.84. So we've got our discount factors now. Now all we need to do is to multiply our discount factors by our net cash flow to give us the discounted cash flow, and then sum these up at the bottom. So £40,000 times 1 is going to give us minus £40,000. £15,000 times 0.94 is going to give us £14,100. £20,000 times 0.89 would give us £17,800. And £12,000 times 0.84 would give us £10,080. And then all we need to do is add these up, which give us £1,980. And this is our net present value. So if you've got larger payouts, so larger net cash flows earlier in the project, they will have a better discount factor, and so they will be worth more. So in my next video I'm going to show you an example of that, and I'm going to look at some of the pros and the cons of using the net present value calculation. So yeah, tune into that next video. I shall see you next time.